Welcome to Void War. From what I've found, it is very FTL and Warhammer inspired. So we're going to do a new game. Apparently now I have access to new commanders that I didn't before, so we're going to start as the default Exile. Which is once a great lord of a distant colony, now reduced to wandering banditry, can innately teleport themselves into a target room. And we've got new other stuff. New ships available, different hull variants and stuff like that. And I can rename you. Anyone have any ship names in mind? I don't think I can rename crew before I get into the game. No, I totally can. Let's make this one Sleepy. And we'll do R&L over here. I'm gonna go with my Helldiver ship. There's a lot of different ways this and FTL compare, and some ways that each one is better than the other. So the story as I've got it so far is the God King has fallen, the Empire is in despair, brother fights against brother as ruinous cults sweep through the stars. The very fabric of reality trembles before the onslaught of demonic swarms. Deep within the Imperial core worlds, one final hope exists, to rekindle the flames of the Vault of Souls. To the Empire, you are a blasphemer. To the cults, you're a heretic. Trust no one. Let none stop you from bringing the renegades of this forsaken realm to their destined annihilation. Prepare for the voyage ahead. Hey, Eden. How's it going? Let me give you a shout out. Noticing the music is probably a bit loud, so let's go ahead and reduce that to like 30 instead of 50. There we go. Does that look better in OBS? Maybe 20. It's fine, it gives you a good setting for it. I'll make Eden the next setup. Were you doing repo after Headliners? I only saw you playing Headliners last night, but I did have to head off to bed at some point. As you can see, the map is pretty different from FTL. This is still just Sector 1, though. They just make it... It's not driven forward by a fleet, it's just more linear, but you still have choices and stuff. So I'm going to go here because then I have two choices on where to go. Had some repo with Beyond and Cab in them. Gotcha, okay. Hope it was fun. Headliners was fun to see. I think I got the alien clip you were looking for. I might have been a little off, so I tried to include the timestamp roughly as well if you wanted to go back and edit it or reclip it or anything. Clan vessel emerges from subspace near you. The vessel opens fire. Okay. Straight into it then. What do we have over here? Corsair. I could probably take them, but they only have 3 hit points left, so let's hold off. And we can teleport over to the enemy ship and just start wrecking them. I think we can win that. If we can't, let's do recall crew. No. Oh. Well, we recalled just in time. Otherwise we would have lost immediately. Alright, let's get sleepy on weapons, and I want RNL on shields, I think. Something else I've noticed for Void War is there's not a fuel setting anywhere that I'm seeing. There's also not a med base. You'll notice my commander here is pretty hurt. Every time you jump, it has you heal something. So I don't see fuel anywhere. If anyone finds it, let me know. I've not run into it being a problem, and I've played a couple hours of this so far. So I think you can just warp for free. You do have missiles. They call it munitions. One choice if I go that way, or two if I go this way. Listening station for what? Have this game but haven't played it yet. Someone told me it's kind of similar to RimWorld. I would not call this similar to RimWorld. I would call this similar to FTL that we were just playing. I got it a while ago. You come across a hidden outpost of the Raider clans, though it appears to have been deserted long ago. There's still functioning relay signal in one of the side antechambers. Relay utilizes an ancient and powerful technology capable of broadcasting messages at ranges far greater than conventional equipment. It's said that certain Raider clans use this technology for managing their networks of operatives across the galaxy. You have the opportunity to broadcast a transmission. I do not want to pledge allegiance to a Raider clan right now, so I'm going to move on. Oh, I thought this was FTL. I don't have Void War. It's very similar to FTL. FTL is not either very similar to RimWorld, in my opinion. RimWorld is very much its own thing. It's about telling a colony story. RimWorld is about telling the story of a ship that has important information that needs to beat the rebel fleet to a Helm's Deep sort of area, and then you end with a final boss battle. So far, I don't know where Void War is going. RimWorld, the original premise was you've crash-landed on an Outer Rim world, and you need to escape it. So you have to build a ship or find a ship and just get off. And now they've brought on, I want to say the guy who was responsible for their like spaceship DLC they just came out with, made it as a mod first. Two choices after this one, or one after this one. I'm gonna go here because I like more choices. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. You discover a functional ship armament floating in space. Corruption beam. Creates corrosive gas. Oh my. You only want one power? Alright. Sure, let's try it out. You stumble upon a blood cult starship in the middle of a repair operation. Before you have a chance to react, they activate their weapons and open fire. I'm pretty sure that if there was grounds for a lawsuit, Games Workshop would have already sued the hell out of these people. And maybe that's why we haven't seen anything from their development in a long time, but I think it's mostly just, it's legally distinct enough, but it is there's so many RimWorld inspirations here. Or not RimWorld, Warhammer. I'm gonna keep saying that now that you've said RimWorld. You got your shields up. I'm welcome. I feel like this game has a much better difficulty curve than See what you did to me? Now there's one thing in my brain and I can't clear the buffer. I think this game is has a much better difficulty curve than FTL as well. Because FTL, to me, has like normal, hard, and impossible modes, even though they're labeled easy, normal, and hard. But I was able to play this for a couple hours yesterday, and it was all pretty much one run. I didn't immediately get wrecked and have no chance at learning or playing the game. Immediate vicinity becomes cluttered with wreckage after the explosions. Some can still be utilized. Alright, 41 scrap, hell yeah. But, like, so many of the controls, the layout, are, like, identical to RimWorld. It's home... FTL. FTL is what we play, not RimWorld. RimWorld's what we might play one day. So much of this works exactly the same way as FTL, but in kind of a Warhammer skin. So, I don't know. I'm eager to see if they do anything else with it. Maybe it's already just a finished product. Merchant Coordinates Expert. Alright. Destroyed cultist vessel here. You're able to salvage a power axe from the wreck. Okay. What's a power axe do? +2 DPS, +1 in medium rooms. Attacks slightly damage nearby enemies. Sure. You can, like, equip different things to different characters and stuff like that. So, like, Sleepy and RNL are both Imperial Enforcer types, so they can only have armor and a weapon, but I can also have a tool. Yeah. You can also, if I click into Warp and I don't want to be in this menu, I don't have to find the close button, I don't have to hit escape. I can just click outside of the window. And I don't know if anyone caught that, but I was trying to do that in FTL, and it wasn't working because you can't do that in the game. Can I get one more power to weapons? 3520. Sick. And we have 3 weapons. How are doors? Doors are not lockable yet. There we go. Now doors are lockable. A lot of the shortcuts like Z and X are just intuitively the exact same as FTL. I did the same thing as FTL where I spend all my scrap right before a merchant. I guess we'll go to not the merchant then. Small fleet of Corsair vessels speed by and initiate subspace translation at the jump node. You intercept a few fragmentary transmissions. In trouble, offered that one underboss. Okay. Encounter a death cult hauler. It may be transporting valuable cargo. There we go. Turn that down just a little bit. Also in Void War, this little thing here in the ship is a loot container. So if you can beam over or board it, which I'll show off both of those, you can break that open and take its contents and then return before blowing up the ship. Let's do something like this. Shields down and then land. Now, Sleepy and Arnell can both go load into an assault sled. And we got 29 scrap and 1 combat shield from breaking open that little vault there. Good. There we go. Recall crew. I thought you had to recall the whole sled. Because the sled's just right there, stuck in the wall. But I was able to just, like, teleport them out of there. At this point in FTL, the match would be over because there's no one left on the ship. But in this game, you can still just blow up the ship, like, not that. It doesn't get you anything particularly else. You've neutralized the enemy. Really? Combat shield. Sure, we'll give that to me. We got up there a couple shipyards. Mechanic merchant down here. Mercenary broker up there. Let's go up then, I think. Well, let's go here so we have the choice. This is a there is a destroyed transport vessel here. You're able to salvage 6 munitions from the wreck. Cool. Stumble upon a blood cult starship in the middle of a repair operation before you have a chance to react. Yeah, Let's see if we can kill them without killing them. This is actually kind of insane. Corruption beam that just creates corrosive gas. By the time it's finished firing, it's ready to recharge again. Man, I want to like the music and stuff. It's just like still going strong. I feel like I have it turned down so far. But I keep looking over at OBS and it's like, levels are peaking pretty high. Is the corrosive gas gonna kill him? It might. Come on, ritualist. Sacrifices nearby. Nearest friendly thrall for enhanced healing. There's all kinds of like psyker powers and stuff I haven't even gotten into in this game. You know what? Where are you going? Where are you running? Come here. Collect what you want from the remains. 3 fiendish reagents, or a missile template for incendiary missiles, and 1 metal scrap. I don't have a missile launcher yet, so I'm not going to use the template. I do want to see what this does. Only stacks up to 2. Okay. Let's give Sleepy the... No, it's a tool. I can't give Sleepy the shield. Okay. Let's see what... Summon a fiend. Contents appear to churn with the suggestions of contorted faces surfacing now and again. An incessant chanting seems to accompany it, although no sounds have ever been recorded. Because I'm not entirely certain what that's going to do. Enemy vessel was destroyed. Cool. Abandoned shipyard floats into view. Appears to be a safe place to rest. Let's... I don't particularly need any of these. Let's scavenge munitions, I guess. Come across an abandoned comet mining operation. Its former operators have left behind some useful supplies. 23 scrap. Encounter a damaged death cult vessel. They begin powering their weapons. Alright. What we got? Husk, death cultist. Oh, he's got the same corruption thing. There's no real reason for me to board them, I think, so I'm just not gonna. Kill at least 10 enemy crew using poison in a single run. Okay, cool. I like achievements. Thank you for stopping your laser. That was actually my laser. Can I think I can. Shield level 2. Shield level 2 is visually harder to determine what level your shields are at and how they're doing than FTL. And I do prefer that in FTL. I don't know if there's any kind of overshield or super shield or anything here. Abstract wound or mercenary broker? Let's go mercenary broker. Maybe I can sell some stuff there. It's always important to have a solid crew at your back. We have a set of mercenary contracts on offer. Would you like to see them? Sure. Each day, the Empire intensifies its efforts to quell the growing insurgency. Each day, more citizens turn to banditry for survival. Sell price 2. That's got to be worth more than that. Sell price 10. What do I have at 18? Repair drones. Seal all breaches and repair 2 system damage in the target room. Grant poison immunity to self and nearby crew for 120 seconds. Instantly restore 5 hull points. Jeez. Hull is already at max. If we sold both of those, we could afford the Berserker. Let's sell the combat shield and get Eden in here. Congratulations, Eden. Eden. Thank you. Welcome to the crew. We're gonna put you on engines for now. Imperial vessel detects your arrival and immediately arms its weapons. I am the Hand of Judgment. We will see about that. Because you look like the hand of a bitch. What are you? Imperial recruit, husk. Yeah. Hand of Judgment, my ass. As I teleport over there and just wreck their crew. Enemy crew has been killed. You search through the remains and find 21 scrap and 3 munitions. Yeah, you've got storm cannon, which I know Stormbolter is a thing in Warhammer. You've got Bolt Cannon, all kinds of stuff that are at least nods to Warhammer. You can click out of the window and not lose the entire game, which is nice. Approach the start. Imperial Shrine Worlds or Death Cult Sector. Well, you make it all sound so appealing. So this would be more of the galactic map you're used to from FTL. Warzone, Neutral, Exclusion Zone. Let's go Death Cult Sector. That sounds like it'll be more entertaining. You arrive at a sector besieged by the Cult of Death, once hidden within the apothecaries and metaguilds of Imperial Society. These craven individuals have shed all pretense and now openly proclaim their allegiance to the Death God. Planetary Assault Fortification. Can I do that? I can try. There's a defunct starship armament production facility here. It can be reactivated, but the machinery requires chemical fuels. Reactivate it for 10 munitions? Sure, I'm not using them. You restart it using missile propellants. The production line rumbles and fabricates a starship-grade armament before grinding to a halt. Energy beam. Does not affect shields. Okay. So this is another thing different from FTL or RimWorld. You can do planetary assaults and adds in 1 minute. Your arrival above an Imperial planet colony is soon met with an intercepted transmission. Short on flux ever since the supply fleet stopped coming, so by the throne, shoot them down. Your sensors warn of tracking signatures from surface batteries. In the meantime, scans indicate the presence of a possibly valuable vault within one of the less defended fortifications. And we're going to wait for ads. I'm going to work on a command for sleepy stuff. Grab the link to it. Only a minute left. Try that out. Nice. Adjust the thing real quick. Welcome back from ads, everybody. I am just wrapping up a thing real quick. That's a good point. I should do that. And then copy that whole thing. Adjust it here. Nope. That. Go over here, check it out. Yeah, I think that's working. Alright. Let's do a stronghold mission. Marshal, recruit. Centurion. Immune to fire, creates fire on death, a genetically augmented warrior bound in duraplate cladding until death. Well, that's not good. It only has one level of shields here. Now that we've done all that nonsense, we can do this. Get 31 scrap from there, 65 scrap from there. I want to see what Summon Fiend does. You two go to there. Fiend seems to be a friend. Immune to suffocation, spawns fleshling periodically, expires between jumps, cannot command, repair, or extinguish. Demonic. In the realm of the darkest shadows, a fiend of wretched visage arose, born from the abyss's cruel embrace. In a countless symphony of forms, a monster ever-changing, it reveled in the chaos it sowed, terrorizing realms of gods and men. So this is kind of what happened the one time before I tried the thing. I think it's friendly to me because I summoned it, but it'll just, like, rage about the base and everything. You'll also notice that, unlike the ship battles, the base does not have a health bar. You cannot win by bombarding the base. You cannot just blow the base up. All you can do is, try and raid the place and then get out, essentially. You break orbit and prepare to move on. I didn't realize if you just broke all of the vaults, it would just be like, yeah, okay, cool, you're done here. That's pretty funny. There we go. Stock that back up to 2. Well, now we know what it does. It's fine. We had a spare one sitting around, so if we're under attack or being boarded or something, I can just throw one of those out. It does require that 4-second charge time, so you need 4 seconds uninterrupted outside of combat to be able to throw that out. We have a ton of spare scrap, so let's go ahead and do that. Upgrade shields to level 3 and engines to level 3. That was easily the best planetary assault I've ever done. You hear a strange gurgling sound and realize that someone is speaking to you over the comms system. A disfigured, disease-ridden man lights up on your control screen and begins babbling about your surrender. You shut off the comms channel and prepare for battle. Ah, death cultists. Hey, McBase. Thank you for the hydrate. And the check-in.
Check-in approved.
Welcome. We're just playing a game called Void War. It's kind of like FTL meets Warhammer. And missing terribly. Sensors detect an energy surge from the enemy ship's engines. They are powering up their warp drives. Alright. They have weirdly strong shields for this early, but okay. I guess they're immune to poison because they're death cult. Okay. So the beam isn't helping there. Can I summon Fiend? I totally can, I think. I can just summon Fiend on the enemy ship. I don't have to teleport over there first. Throw the thing. Does it hit a shield and die? No, it goes through shields. Well, there you go. I guess it dies when you jump out, so it probably died when they jumped out, but very good timing on their part, I think. How are we on scrap? 36? That's probably not enough to be worth going towards a shaman. You pass by a large and visibly decaying orbital outpost. Numerous small verminous shuttles dart back and forth over its surface as larger transports make constant visits to the surface below. Outpost does not return any of your hails despite all the apparent activity. You move on. Okay. An armed death cult transport takes you for a threat and opens fire. Fair. I am a threat. Again, they're death cults, so poison beam isn't going to do much. It'd be great if we could hit. I don't want to die, so... Come on, Sleepy and RNL. Recall. Thank you. Being able to loot scrap stores of ships before blowing them up and getting more scrap is insane to me in this game. Siege armor, plus 20 HP, immune to suffocation, minus 25% move speed. Armor transforms wearable into a veritable walking fortress. Apparently, plus 20 HP. Jesus. You detect an engagement between local defense militia ships and cultist vessels near an orbital outpost. Let's attack the cultists. Let's try and be semi-good. Can't see into them for some reason. That's fine. Get out of there. Come on. That's not the flashlight. Wait. Oh. Weird. 7 munitions or 1 mind bolt. If reason is a window to the mind, shatter it. Oh. Cast a projectile that deals 15 HP damage to hostile crew in target room. I think because that's a psychic type thing, I don't have anyone that can use that. I have a, normal commander, or I have an exile commander, there we go. 2 Imperial Enforcers and a Corsair. None of them say, hey, I can use psychic stuff. So I think I'm going to go for munitions. Your victory has allowed the militia to drive off the rest of the cultist vessels. The fleet of militia ships encircle the outpost and bombard its habitation blocks. Commander explains, this colony has been overrun by cultists. Such malignancy must be purged. By the time you leave, the outpost is little more than a smoldering ruin. It's rough, but sometimes it do be like that. I hate the way the fleshlings just kind of pop when they're unstable. Let's just get rid of you all. Shall we? Everyone rests up. You encounter the remains of a starship. Its structure is crumbling and appears ready to destabilize at any moment. You distance your vessel from the wreck and move on. Okay. I might have had some useful stuff, I don't know. Let's get some more oxygen and some more sensors. Shipyard. Abandoned shipyard floats into view. It appears to be a safe place to rest. Repair 10 hull points, we only need 2. Heal your injuries, we could do that. Construct a machine slave. Or scavenge munitions. Let's do scavenge munitions again. 7 more. Cool. Be useful once we can actually do something with it. You're under attack from a death cult vessel. They appear to have been damaged from some prior incident. Okay. Again, not sure why we can't see into them. We just upgraded our sensors and they're already like, no. Did they say death cult? They might have. I don't know. They're dead anyway. Immediate vicinity becomes cluttered with wreckage after the explosion. Some can still be utilized. 36 scrap. Mercenary broker here. It's always important to have a solid crew at your back. We have a set of mercenary contracts on offer. Would you like to see them? Each day, the Empire intensifies its efforts to quell the growing insurgency. Each day, the citizens turn to banditry for survival. It's getting too real in here. Let's repair up, and then we've got 69 left. Nice. Legally obligated to say that. Oxygen tank, pressure suit. Both just do immunity to suffocation, but one costs 5 more for some reason. Got psychomancy stuff we can't use, so we're not going to bother trying to get. Grav Spear. +1 DPS, +1 DPS in medium rooms. Sure. Let's go ahead and go to our loadout now. I love the way the screens pop in from the side and stuff. It feels very... I think the term is cassette futurism or retrofuturism. Reminds me of, like, StarCraft a lot. What is this? Slightly worse than a power axe. Let's go ahead and give it to Sleepy. And then do we want anything else from the store? Go ahead and buy both of those, I guess, because immunity to suffocation is nice. That's a tool, that's not armor. Okay, that's the difference. And Eden can't use tools either. Well, okay, that's fine. We'll just save it. Someone will eventually be able to use tools and appreciate it. I know there's some, like, mechanics and stuff in this game that they can use, like, armor and 2 tools, but they can't use weapons. Let's go here. You're transiting close to a backwater orbital colony when an artillery shot smashes into your hull. -2 in hull integrity. Shot originated from the colony's defense grid. Raider outlaw. Demand reparations. Are we a raider outlaw? I guess we are. Member of your crew volunteers to negotiate with the colonial governor to compensate for damages. They're able to extort a large sum of 78 scrap metal from the colony. Nice. Do people have... There's not really like a backstory per character. Like RimWorld will have different things to say, like this one's a raider, this one's an imperial or something. So I thought we were more imperial exiles, not raiders yet, but I guess I'm wrong. Damaged death cult. Their death cult. Stop trying to use the beam weapon. Managed to retrieve an intact supply container of 34 scrap metal from the ship remains. Nice. Exclusion zone, regions battered by violent subspace rifts, or a blood cult sector besieged by the forces of Ariok. Let's do subspace rifts. That sounds fun. You arrive on the outskirts of an exclusion zone. Yeah, okay, the other thing worked. Region of space demarcated by Imperial astrogation authorities as areas containing subspace anomalies of magnitudes greater than Class 6. The path ahead is long and treacherous, but those who come ready may find great rewards. A Gore Shrine. Mercenary Broker, Shaman Broker. Maybe I need to go to the Shaman Broker to find someone who can use Psychomancy. Merchant mechanic, major threat detected. I want to hit that. So I guess let's go here. Take fire from an unidentified ship. You notice the strange energy coruscating across its hull and understand it to be under control of an infernal intelligence. What are you? Bloat mite? Damage nearby system on death. Spawn toxic gas on death. Immune to poison, suffocation. Cannot man, repair, extinguish, or sabotage. Okay. It's a bit freaky. Ah, yes. The anomalous surges. Handful of intact cargo containers containing 42 scrap. The subspace maelstrom subsides. Battered Imperial supply barge lurches through the exclusion zone, trailing plasma and leaking cryogel. It's taking fire from an unknown vessel. The supply barge sends a transmission, but you cannot make out the words. Still, the intent is clear. They need help. Sure, I will defend the Imperial ship. This is weird and different. You move into attack range of the enemy vessel. Your comms array intercepts one of their transmissions. Hostile posture confirmed. EM scatter indicates weapon charging. Forward batteries are active. Recommend immediate combat posture. So... I can't see over there. Game trying to show a thing off. Nope, still can't. Okay. These are different than anything I've ever seen in Warhammer. This is a weird ship design already. Can I view external? There was a button for that somewhere. I think I've lost it. Come on, game. Alright. Interfacer. SDF soldier. A clone soldier from an exoculture civilization, genetically human, but augmented with a variety of enhancements, including faster reaction speed, improved spatial reasoning, and refined combat ability. I don't know all the lore for this game yet. I barely know any of it. But the profile pictures look like children. So, like, I don't know. I don't know what their thing is supposed to be yet, I guess. But it definitely comes across like genetically engineered child soldier sort of stuff, which I thought was kind of what the Space Marines were supposed to be in Warhammer, except they, you know, got bigger. Alright, I'm I'm about to start boarding actions. Okay, we got everyone back, but apparently they're stronger than they look. There we go. Now you can see the external. That ship looks nothing like anything I've seen in Warhammer. Well, a little bit for chaos stuff, I guess. There's not much left in the aftermath. You managed to recover an intact supply container, 65 scrap metal, or a welding torch that gives you plus 50% repair speed and 38 scrap metal. I'll do that. Make contact with the supply barge. You learned they were en route to an ore processing facility that had been ambushed by a squadron of strange starships. Their entire escort complement was destroyed. They're grateful for your assistance and offer you 68 scrap metal. Okay. I guess I have a tool slot open. You approach a small outpost. While the exclusion zones are ostensibly a deserted sector of space, numerous enterprising outcasts nevertheless manage to eke out a living from vessels wandering the region. Outpost sends you away. It seems their reactor suffered a containment failure and they're having some trouble sealing the resultant subspace breach. We have some maintenance to do right now. Come back another time. You seem like your face is melted off a little bit. Try to help them anyway. You go aboard the outpost to assist. You're met with the sight of horrific beings pouring out of the subspace breach in droves. Outpost is unfortunately lost. You retreat to your ship only to discover the subspace breach extending to the lower decks. You undock from the outpost and prepare to repel intruders. Okay. Greater Corpulent. Poison slowly heals self, constantly creates toxic gas. Cannot rest, moves very slow. Oh, cool. Alright. I don't think that got us any measurable experience or anything, but it was probably fun. It's a lot of scrap again. Everyone rests up a little bit. A wrecked starship idles in the distance. It seems to be suffering some sort of supernatural corruption. You have little time to consider this, as the ship soon activates its weapons and target locks your vessel. With one skeleton intruder. Eden can take that. I'm confident Eden can take that. Eden wouldn't die on me. Right, Eden? You wouldn't, would you? There we go. Yay, Eden didn't die. 28 scrap metal, 1 heavy duraplate. Let's recall crew. There you go. That beam weapon's nice when it can hit. 39 scrap metal, 1 munition. Subspace. Maelstrom subsides. 20 HP. Let's just give that to RNL, I think. What do I have? 151. Sure, let's go see... No, I wanted to go see the Shaman. I want to see if they have anyone Psyker I can hire. Arrive at the jump node and find nothing of note. You continue onwards with your journey. Okay. There's a trading outpost here. As you approach, one of their agents opens a communications line with your ship. Some claim the crimson-robed zealots abduct victims and impale them upon immense metallic spikes as a gruesome death sentence. It's baffling. What purpose could this serve? What do we have? We have a Blood Witch. There you go. Equipment slot has that eyeball. I'm pretty sure that means psychic powers. Howling reagents. Summon a pair of hounds. Summon a Stygian worm. Stygian? Stygian?
Stygian.
Stygian. Not bad. No, go back. Control materials for a hunger. Why are these all so cheap? Cast a projectile that heals all allied crew in the room for 10 HP. Automatically sacrifices nearest allied thrall to increase heal to 35 HP. Cast a projectile that deals 10 HP damage and curses hostile crew in target room for 20 seconds. Cursed crew spawn a friendly thrall on death. Cast a projectile that heals allied crew in target room for 25 HP. Animate dead. Summon 2 ghouls in target room. Summon a thrall in target room. Summon a thrall. McBase, do you have a preference? I'm thinking Blood Witch, but I was going to name them after you, so I figured I'd ask. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I wanted a healer anyway. So the psychic power overwrites it. You don't get that back, but they come with Summon Thrall. Gotcha. And then what else have we got? That was Tool. Maybe we actually do this. No, don't discard that. How dare you? Because I'm usually not going to be the one out there repairing. Pair of Hounds, Stygian, Hungerer. Let's do Hungerer first. I have to try. Oh, I totally could. Death Knight. Courser, Courser, Shaman, Death Knight, Death Knight. Corsair. How the fuck do I get something like a Death Knight? 140. I have 100. Arnell has 80, so we could maybe take one of them, but not two. Can extinguish all fire and create toxic gas in the current room. Jesus. Okay. Let's move. Your ship exits subspace and finds itself in front of a sprawling Technicult shrine. Technicult sounds fun. As you search the shrine, you hear the faint humming sound growing louder. Suddenly, a group of zealots emerge from the shadows and confronts you. They're determined to protect their shrine. We'll have to kill them. Husk. Eden can take the husk, barely. Flux Priest. Increase power of nearby friendly system by 1. Let's do that. You search the bodies and find a holy relic of the machine god, an arc rifle. +1 DPS, plus 3 DPS while near... That should just say near ship systems, I think. Why did McBase just die? Really? They were fine. Why? Okay. Sometimes this game doesn't make a lot of sense. Sometimes it's just like, no, I said the thing happened, so it happens. And I haven't figured out a reason about it yet. Sense a malefic presence, a possessed vessel is attacking you, and there are intruders on... Okay. It's a skeleton. We'll be fine. Just occurred to me. I'm pretty sure that means I lost the repair torch and stuff I just gave McBase. Can't trick me. More guns that shoot more bullets and stuff, and not this mess. There we go. $65 scrap metal, 3 munitions, subspace maelstrom subsides. Everyone's hurt. We've lost McBass. McBase. I'm gonna keep fucking doing that. There you go, Eden. Have a grav spear. I can't fix the ship name, can I? Apparently I forgot a C here. Oh well. I guess let's get shields 4. And we can worry about the power for it later. Aw, man. I'm not going to be able to make it to the major threat anymore. Alright, I guess we'll go for the mechanic. You arrive at a distress signal and find a drifting Imperial merchantman. Oh, thank the throne we were on our way from Focalt Epsilon to Vandoris 3 when a subspace flare caught us. We have no idea where we are now. Our stellar atlas has gone haywire. Have some astrogation data. Throws off his solicitude and reveals himself to be an Imperial arbitrator. Suddenly, a band of Corsair vessels dart out from a nearby rift storm. The Imperials have no business here. The merchantman breaks off and speeds for the nearest rift storm. The Corsair band peels off in pursuit. Let's follow them. Sensor contact with the Corsairs is spotty within the rift storm, but you finally catch up to the Corsairs. They're crowded around the tattered wreck of the Imperial merchantman. The Corsair Commodore hails you again. This Imperial we captured insists he's on an important mission to stop a grave threat to the Empire. I take it he's referring to you. He then unbuckles his sidearm from his belt. I hope you'll be able to put this to good use. Oh. Thank you for the Gore Blaster. Kills explode, dealing 10 damage to enemies. Jesus. Admin guy goes to a zoo. There was only one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Yep. Welcome back, Hector. We've switched from FTL to Void War. +1, +3 in large rooms. Kills. Sure. Dang, I actually laughed at that. You fool. Can't get me.
Check-in approved.
I had to... I don't know if I had to. I ended up restarting the stream, so yeah, you get a second check-in today. Because I had the wrong mic selected, so you didn't hear my hellos at the beginning. Sure, let's do that. By the way, what did your uncle get? Was it a boar, deer? Yay, check-in fraud. It's fine. It's not check fraud. It's very different. You arrive at the jump now to see a death cult ship under attack by an Imperial patrol vessel. I'll attack the Imperials solely to get combat and scrap and stuff. Also, why are Imperials using husks? There's a deer. Nice. Uh-oh, that's a boarding thing. No, we're still not through their shields. Come on. We can only hit 1 out of every 3. Sleepy, what are you doing? I meant to ask Ikta if you're going to be back more regularly now. What did Sleepy do? Sleepy's our gunner. I don't have you on the crew right now. But I'm yelling at Sleepy because Sleepy's missing some shots to get their shields down and stuff. When would be a good time for you to catch Baldur's Gate 3 streams? Like, is there a particular day of the week, morning, evening, stuff like that? Scrap metal. Death Cult Starship expresses their gratitude and offers to share some of their forbidden knowledge with you before you move on. 1 noxious blast. Cool, if I had any psychers. Is the door broken over here? What's going on? Currently I'm not working, but when I am, I usually can't catch streams until the afternoon. Okay, so like afternoon, evening. Like probably this time or later would be better for you. You have a preference on like what day or anything? I think it's just acting like that door's destroyed for now. Right, Noxious Blast. No, I don't really care what day. Okay. Demon-possessed starship emerges on your flank and opens fire. Necro Lurch, immune to poison suffocation, enemy DPS cannot exceed 3. Becomes a carcass on death, moves very slowly, cannot man, repair, or extinguish. Ew. 7 munitions. Sick. I'm thinking maybe Wednesdays. Like Wednesday evenings might be good for Baldur's Gate 3 streams. I want to pet it. Ew. Nasty. Whatever you feel like doing then. Eden had asked if he could join a couple days ago, and then he came back and was like, well, if we'd have to schedule something, then I don't know, maybe not, because he didn't. I think the way he listed it was he wasn't sure how well he'd be able to commit. I'm like, that's fine, because I was originally thinking about running it like earlier in the day or something, because right now Sleepy has like 9 to 5 hours, so I will probably discuss it with Tur and just be like, hey, when's a good time for you, I guess, because T didn't really want to participate, so I didn't want to be running it when T's home, and then we're just watching me stream and not letting or doing something that involves Tur. Let's get armor for more healthies. Plus 15, plus 20. Immune to suffocation, plus 20. Eden gets the armor. Yay. Maximum shields. Level 4. Mechanic merchant, just in time for me to have no money. We have some items for sale, sure. I've heard that the likelihood of sustaining injuries from Starship-grade weapons fire is ironically pretty low. They say that the internal structure of the ship absorbs most of the impact. Is that true? Mind you, I would never want to find out for myself. That is a weird thing about this game. Go ahead and sell that, because I don't have a Psyker. Pain engine, plus 10 HP to all blood cultist units, stackable. Launch bays can load enemy crew with a carnivore hatch, prioritizes enemy crew, and deals 140 damage to them when loading. Triggers 15 seconds after use. Verb. Desecrated Shrine, plus 10 HP to all demonic units, stackable. How much is that? 25? Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate, and yes, you are legally first as I check my posture. Just for that, you get to become a member of the crew again. The Nightmare Crew. Because we do such a bad job and have such a bad time. Load out. Nope. Eekta. You're on sensors. I probably could have repaired like one hull point, but it's probably fine. Starship tears back into real space. No hostile signatures are detected anywhere in the vicinity. You move on. We had McBase, and then they died in like the first combat, and I was so mad because I'd specifically gone out of my way to buy a Psyker hand. So like someone with psychic powers. Forge, Enclave, or Imperial Shrine worlds. Tightly guarded enclaves of the Techno-Cult. Well, I like Techno. Yes, that way. We arrived at a hidden Techno-Cult Forge Enclave, tightly guarded by the Machine Priests. Forge Enclaves contain the facilities required to produce some of the most powerful technologies in the galaxy. That's why I'm here. Let's go find them. Anything super fun in this map? No, not really. Okay. Well, then we'll just go have fun. A frozen corpse collides with one of your ship's antenna masts. Later, you discover a weapon caught in the mast scaffolding. A power claw. Plus 1 DPS and plus 1 in small rooms. Kind of want to, you know what, I'm going to switch these this way. There we go. Plus 1 DPS, plus 1 in small rooms. Congratulations, you get a power claw. A Techno-Cult pilot contacts you for help, lamenting the corruption of his starship's machine core by an infernal sentience. His starship appears to be undergoing a radical transformation, and you soon witness the pilot consumed by the rapidly mutating structures surrounding him. The newly mutated vessel targets your ship. Well, that's a bit rude. Aw, man. Can I even... My weapons can't break through these shields. Well, kind of, maybe. So if we nail all 3 shots here, and then hit this with a beam weapon... Maybe?
that?
Greater Demon Heart. Controls ship's maneuvering systems, regenerates damage systems, summons demons. Oh. Is that why it just threw a giant laser ball thing at me? Greater Corpulent, Fleshling, Crawler. Great. Don't you just love demons? Good job, Ikta and Sleepy. Again? Already? Get Ikta out of there. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, that'd be the carcass. Can I... Nice. Also, ads are coming up. Okay. We're in ads. We're gonna wait. Let me double check that while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that's accurate. One more minute. Welcome back from ads, everybody. We were in the pit of despair. Is that not my... That is my guy. Hunger. Doesn't attack... Cannot sabotage. And I suppose I can't switch to a different weapon while we're mid-fight. Okay, we're just gonna warp out of here, actually, because I'm getting wrecked, and I need to not lose the game. Nearby Technocult vessel is transporting some valuable relics. It detects your ship and immediately turns to engage you. Seems the machine priests will never pass up the opportunity to acquire more artifacts. Okay, that's fine. Apparently I can't pass up the opportunity to equip something. So, cool. Well, at least you only have 2 shields. Come on. Sure. Power axe and 82 scrap. Jeez, that's a lot. All critical? Yeah, I see that. I don't understand why I have 4 shields and everybody's suddenly able to get through them just fine. Come on. You can do it. Like, their shields regenerate so fast. I'm barely making progress when I time stuff more manually. There we go. Something's got to change. This isn't going to last. Alright, first things first. Hunger, cool. Stygian, let's try you. Let's make Sleepy and Arnell have matching weapons, because that's just going to help my brain with stuff. Um... Sure. Do that. Encounter a technocult armada at the jump node. These caravans are assembled by machine priests returning from their treasure hunting expeditions. It would be impossible to take on the entire fleet at once, but there may be a chance you remain undetected and pick off one of the prize vessels as the fleet attempts to jump out. Let's go for armament. Your attack is thwarted by the acuity of the technocult sensors. The convoy disperses and translates out. Okay. That's fine. I need to get to a merchant and repair anyway. You arrive at what appears to be the base of a small smuggling operation. They wish to offload some of their goods. Have you ever heard of the Edge of Eternity? Legends whisper it is a phantom vessel with those who encounter it, and those who encounter it are doomed to suffer gruesome deaths. Here, have a power claw. We're buying McBase back. With the same psyker power. Okay, so now we go to... not upgrades, loadout. McBase. We're gonna put McBase up at the front, I think. And then we're gonna put Ikta on door control. So I know you have a cooldown. Ignore shields and cannot miss. That's cool. Even the dimmest light within the night can resolve itself a blazing star. Codex Arcanum Serpentis. That's cool. Ikta, you're on door control because I think you're more durable than McBase. Save stations. I forgot to get repaired. I'm not out of scrap. You just can't repair more? Interesting. Okay. Briefly detect a Gorgothian vessel on scan without it detecting you in return. Ionic interference from the nearby neutron star has masked your presence. This may be a good opportunity to gain the upper hand. Oh, you're good. I just put you on doors instead of sensors. Because you're more durable than McBase, I think. Yeah. You have 10 more health. Take a nap. Take it easy. You've had a few days of, I guess not technically much going on, but enough. Improved sensors. Manually tune your sensors to track the enemy. Manage to make full use of your improved sensor suite to locate the Death Cultist vessel undetected. The cultists are caught by complete surprise. So what this means... Okay, opens door for demon. What? Bad. No. For some reason, they're already firing, even though they're caught by surprise. But normally, my weapons are not all fully charged like this. So I think it's supposed to be like, oh, hey, good job. You did the thing. You get to be full weapons. You passed your check successfully. But for some reason, it's going, okay, now screw you. Ion pulse detect. detected. That's not good. Okay, back to sleeping. Sleeping on a cot sucks. I believe it. Should have brought a hammock. Java off on his kitchen adventures again. Where to? Let's go here. Technocolt pilot contacts you for help. Nope. Nope, you're already gone. Deploy. What does that mean? Hound. Necrolurch. Raise Hydra. Oh, because we moved to Stygian War. Do I not get to choose where that goes? I guess I don't. Spawns tendril periodically. Interesting. One micro shield, 6 munitions. We got the stuff. And just in time. Every time I get the vault open, it's like, cool, everything's gonna blow up now. Consumable shield an area against a hostile projectile. Interesting. So Stygian worms are okay. Hungers are meh. Hounds are fast, at least. Come across an abandoned munitions depot. It is in suspiciously good shape, but whatever supplies that lay within may very well be worth the risk. Let's scan for suspicious activity. A detailed scan uncovers the depot as part of an elaborate raider trap. Realizing the failure of their ruse, they recklessly attack. Corsair. You know what? Halt all weapons fire. Ship is ours. 82 scrap metal or a chaotic rift. Teleport all crew in target room to random rooms on the opposing ship. Interesting. That would be a really cool power if I was using a good psyker that could do that. When the raider threat is dissipated, you search the munitions depot and recover a functioning starship armament from within the depot. A Putrefactor 1. Fires one shot every 12 seconds at 900 speed for 1 hull damage per shot and creates toxic gas. Okay, cool. Fire. Okay, so McBase has their healing charges back. Rejuvenates. Let's heal up a little bit. I think I have to check. I think that's going to recharge to 2 next jump, but it has a cooldown of like 20 seconds or so. Yeah, it doesn't recharge yet, but... It's the road, please. There we go. And that requires 1 power. Weapon is designed to fire a solid shot made of highly corrosive materials designed to okay, melt through starship plating while creating toxic vapors. We need to repair it. Let's hit the shipyard. Abandoned shipyard floats into view. Appears to be a safe place to rest. Repair 10 hit points. Yeah, so now McBase has 2 rejuvenate abilities back. Exit and find yourself dangerously close to a white-hot dwarf star. An Imperial transport ship idles silently in the distance, its crew having succumbed to the intense heat of the stellar mass. The situation is risky, but there may be material worth recovering aboard that ship. Scan for suspicious activity. Despite the intense plasma interference of the nearby star, your powerful sensor suite manages to detect a raider ship lying in wait. Your advanced sensor suite masks your presence, and you're able to retrieve a number of valuables from aboard the abandoned illegal Imperial transport without alerting the raiders. You move on. Twin disruptor and 86 scrap metal. Jesus. Did I already have a twin disruptor? No. And McBase can't use weapons. And that's a, ship gun anyway. Early attempt to increase combat efficiency was to couple disruptors together, allowing for improved post-shield disruption effects. Sure, we can try that. We just need 1 more weapon power and 1 more ship reactor power. And now we can power it. Oh good, more heat. This technical archaeological vessel does not hesitate in mounting an attack on your ship. Our olfactory rays can smell the filthy discharge of your biological parts. The only logical response to such an insult is the total obliteration of your ship. It makes sense. Unfortunately, servo excavator. What the hell? 140 hit points. And you have 2 of them. Jesus. Okay. So probably not boarding you anytime soon. We want to find out. We want the twin disruptor, probably on shields. Fires 2 every 11 and does ion damage, yeah. So I think all of these will deal shield damage at this point. So let's do like this or something. This is working out a lot better than the beam weapons, I think. Breaks off its attack run and begins powering up warp drives. Yeah. Real shame that. I just wanted cool tech, but you had to make yourself into scrap. Sleepy's out of meetings. Welcome back. I was trying to figure out for Ikta what might be a good time to do Baldur's Gate streams, and we were thinking maybe Wednesday evenings? Because you have your thing every other Wednesday, and if he's working, it's normally during the day. But, I don't know. Have not settled on anything yet. We were just spitballing. Apparently Eden will probably not be joining. Maybe if I tell him Wednesday evenings. I don't think I'm scheduled for any Wednesday evenings. Let me double check. I am my first day. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a month. Let it settle into a schedule, sort of, and then we'll go from there. Let's do more engines, I guess. Why not? How were the lab and the meetings and the stuff? You arrive within a cloud of corrosive subspace flux vapors. A technocult warship materializes before you. Anomalous signature detected. Commencing attack protocols. Well, that's a bit rude, isn't it? I can't rearrange my ship weapons right now. Back in lab to finish what you didn't finish before meetings. Gotcha. We are doing significantly better at Void War than we were at FTL. Rising energy signature detected in enemy engine compartment. They are attempting to flee. A wrecked starship idles in the distance. It seems to be suffering from some sort of supernatural corruption. Okay. Demon ship. Deployed. Don't like that. There we go. $35 scrap, I'll take it. Let's go this way because I wanted to stop by the mechanic. You arrive in orbit around a barren desert moon. A preliminary scan of the moon's surface reveals a series of geometric tunnel structures clustered around the South Pole, likely the remnants of some long-lost civilization. Investigate. You search the tunnel structures and discover an unusual black prism. It pulses with supernatural energy. You bring it back on your ship. That could be bad. Back in orbit, a technical vessel approaches. They explain that the prism is extremely dangerous and they demand you hand it over. They're probably right, but I'm going to refuse. You cannot comprehend the magnitude of what you're dealing with. You're right, I can't. This is how I learn. What did you just do to my weapons? Virus detected, repairs disabled. Excuse me? Fine. I cast Doggo. Oh, that was McBass again. I thought that was Icta. Shockwave hurls debris in all directions. You retrieve as much as you can. Let's do Ferroplad's vest. Heeding the machine priest's last words, you keep the creature in an ultra high security storage vault until you can figure out what to do with it. It was a prism. Several days later, you arrive at a civilian colony and manage to trade the prism to a local trader for some old equipment. Hull integrity patch. Plasma projector. Do the hull integrity patch. Oh, I get that. Okay. Smart. Better. And now tools. Oh, you can't even use armor. Okay. Icta needs armor. There you go, Icta. That's just fun. The phone doesn't like this corner of lab. I'm sorry. Within moments, you receive a communications request from a nearby starship. It is a supply barge of one of the local merchant guilds. The grotesque biomechanical machine slaves often seen crewing starships are a common sight in the Empire. Created through the twisted art of husk racks, these pitiful beings serve their masters without question, forever altered by the unholy process. Let's go ahead and sell these beam weapons, because I'm not using them. I don't think I really want this micro shield. I can't quite micromanage things that much. Demonic units, Raider Outlaw, Imperial citizens. So I think pretty much everyone we have. You're Blood Cult, but Raider, Imperial. Okay, so maybe it's just 3 of us or something. We'll just go ahead and grab that then as well. Repair everything. Missile templates. Disruptor missile, ion damage. Saber missile. Or Claymore missile. More hull damage, more munitions cost. Small chance of fire, hull breach. I think I'll go Saber missile. I didn't even notice the systems down here, and now I feel like an idiot. You sell 412, that's not enough. No, I don't. Okay. Well, damn. Terror amplifier. Siege bombard. Consumes 3 units of munitions to deploy. Or auto surgeon. Activate to heal all friendly crew in the room. Recharges every jump. Yeah, that would have been good to have. Probably, but that's kind of McBase for me. Okay. Oh well. I'll get more money. We'll try it again some other time. You encounter a technical vessel running a supply mission. They take you for a pirate and immediately open fire. Sounds about right. Module Hate Matrix. All non-summoning psychic projectiles deal 1 extra damage to the targeted ship in addition to their normal effect stackable. You consider your new module. I guess I'll install it, because I didn't have a third one anyway. Am I just going to take out everyone on the ship single-handedly? Oh, that's great. They have us surrounded again, the poor bastards. Achieve a crew kill on an enemy ship with at least 6 crew enemy using only a single friendly crew. I did not know that was a thing. That's great. Ship is now in ruins. I had no idea I could just teleport over and take out the entire ship with 1 crew member. Oh, that's not good. Okay. I didn't think about that. Hate Matrix. All non-summoning psychic projectiles deal 1... Okay, well, that needs to go. We're going to uninstall the Hate Matrix, because then when I'm trying to heal my own people, it's damaging my ship now. Which is less than ideal. A wrecked starship idles in the distance. It seems to be suffering supernatural corruption. Okay. Yep, sounds about right. Yoink that. Retributor 3? Number of shots 3, 19 charge time. Projectile speed 900, hull damage per shot 1, medium chance of fire. Okay, nifty. Oh, you're the Cardinals. Okay. More scrap, Jesus. Okay, so let's... Reactor's as high as I can get it. And I think it wanted 2. Yeah, 2 power. Let's do like that. And I guess let's go try it out. You arrive in system and immediately find yourself in the middle of a massive Corsair fleet action. They're performing a raid on an Imperial starship manufacturing complex, and you're caught in the middle of it. Several Imperial ships have already emerged from the complex, ready to fight off the Corsair fleet. You only have a few moments before someone notices you. We have raiders on board, so let's assist in the raid. You join in the attack. The motley defenders of the outpost are quickly overwhelmed. One of your crew members is well acquainted with the customs of raider clans and is able to negotiate for a portion of the loot. 101 scrap, Jesus. Give me this kind of loot in FTL. Reactors at max. So at this point, it's kind of just like, what else do we want to do with it? I guess I'll save the scrap for now. We might find a merchant or something. You approach the Stargate and can only go to the Imperial sector. Okay. Ship emerges within the boundaries of an Imperial vassal sector. While ostensibly one of the more civilized regions of space, the fall of the God King has thrown large swaths of Imperial society into disarray. Yeah, sounds about right. Look up to see possessed. 4 shields? 4, man? Come on. Alright, well I guess everything at that. Load raiders if I need to. Retributor 3 is good. Uh-oh. Get out of there. Go on. How long have I been muted? That must have happened when I adjusted my phone and I hit the stupid mute button. Astrocharts indicate presence of an Imperial Citadel fortress in this system. I'm an Imperial citizen. Can I seek the blessings within? Inner sanctum of the Citadel has not been maintained for generations. It's in the chokingly still air. An altar lies ruined beneath the silent gaze of crouching gargoyles and winged creatures. Enlisting the aid of an Imperial-trained crew member, you renew the altar. As you turn to leave, you hear a sharp noise. One of the weapons affixed to the sculptures above had fallen, planting itself upon the altar. Crew has been healed, and I gain a power sword. Interesting. But no one can use it. Alright. Do we want to go for the mechanic or for the shaman? Either's honestly good, as long as we make sure we get one. Happen across an Imperial vessel on a courier mission. Yeah, okay. Flame Lance is already charged. And missed. Forgot about that fact. Jesus, the Flame Lance is cool. I guess that's the downside, is you can only fire it 3 times and it can miss. Because now it's useless. It's like, you might as well power that down, save that power for something else if you want it. Changing labs because IT issues? Oh no. Tell them you know a guy. I don't really need a shipyard, so I guess we'll skip it. You overhear a conversation while docked at a trading outpost. We will hit the Imperials so hard they'll never bother us again. Man speaking then proceeds to detail their plans to bomb a nearby Imperial supply station. Supposedly it'll be undefended for 36 hours due to a hiccup in their security detail. You consider what to do with this information. Consult with your crew before raiding the station. A member of your crew is familiar with the layouts of Imperial supply stations. Armed with this knowledge, you formulate a plan to raid the station. The information provided by your crewmen provides accurate. Your raid on the supply station goes smoothly. You're able to make away with a large amount of useful equipment, including, but not limited to, 91 scrap and a Retributor 2. 2 shots, 16 charged, a little bit faster. Same projectile speed, same damage, medium chance of fire, 1 power required. I'll probably replace the Flame Lance with that. The Flame Lance is cool. But the ability for regular guns to just overwhelm and damage systems... If I could have more weapons, I would absolutely include the Flame Lance. But it's limited use of 3 shots, and then it's done. And people can put out the fires pretty easily, and it can miss. It's really good because it ignores shields, but I've got ion damage, and now I've got 7 total shots that can hit after that. Ion storm detected. Let's go say hi. You arrive in the middle of an ion storm and are ambushed. Is it really an ambush if I knew it was coming? If a computer isn't used for too long, it loses access to the network. Yep, so that's a tomorrow problem, and I'm going to use an instrument in a different... Gotcha. I don't know how that happens on site, because you would think that, like, everything would be used once a month or something, because I think it's usually, like, once every month or two is the limit on domain trust, but... What do I know? I know that during the next ad break I should run the pubs. We moved labs. Gotcha. And then had electrical issues. No? More. The ages have turned against us. We submit to your might. Take these supplies and let us leave. Or let us live. That is a husk. That is like nothing. Offer me 1 husk. How about I take your entire 82 scrap of a ship? Find yourself under attack by a chromic warship. Though ostensibly on a courier mission, many war cultists find the monotony of logistical duty insufferable and seek out any opportunity to do battle. Okay, so what are you, blood cultists? Chaos Knight. That sounds fun. An insatiable killing machine enhanced by an assortment of combat bionics and infused with dark power, each Chaos Knight represents the pinnacle of raw combat prowess. They are the purest expression of Crom's eternal rage bound within a human shell. And then you have a bunch of husk friends. Okay. We submit. That's how you surrender. You want to give up, that's fine. Just give me, like, you know, over 50 scrap or something. Let's go to the mechanic. You're immune to suffocation. Okay, so that's a stupid move on my part. Hell yeah, go Eden. Talk about it. Each day, the Empire intensifies its efforts to quell the growing insurgency. Each day, more citizens turn to banditry. You don't always have something new, you know that? Bolt Cannon can go. Future Factor can go. Power Sword can go. Modules, plus 10 HP to all Imperial citizens, Death Cultists, Machine Priests. Ad break in 1 minute. Okay. I'm going to step away then and give my dogs a bio break because they haven't had one in a while. And we will be right back after the ad break. Yeah. And we're back. And the pups have pooped. And I closed the thing out again. Was it loadout I was on? Probably. Oh well. No, it was probably shop. There we go. Missile Bay. Okay, I think I had just gotten a Missile Bay and then I died because I was like, I don't have a Missile Bay, do I? Husk-Rack. Guardian Protocols. Don't know. Sea-Jags. Plus 400% door break speed. Attacks slightly damage nearby enemies. I mean, okay. And then let's get the Missile Bay. Sure. Let's repair up. Go to loadout. Sleepy has a new axe. So Saber Missile, unpowered. Well, now it's powered. We literally can't upgrade power anymore. We can upgrade that. We can upgrade nearly everything to max. So we could like steal one from there, one from life support. And now that's as high as it can go. I don't think I'd normally want that on automatic, but that can help with shields and stuff now too. We've got level 4 shields, we've got a 40% evade chance. Enemies of the throne will be met with a swift end die. I mean, I didn't think you needed to die that badly, but okay.
space. There's an abandoned research facility here. Entry to the interior sections is barred by heavy blast doors, but power may be temporarily restored to the facility by reactivating backup generators. Even so, there would be no guaranteed security measures could be bypassed. One sec. Spam call. I thought it might have been about a job. Let's activate the backup generators. Restore power to the facility and open the blast doors. Recover advanced technologies within a module for spectral drives. Your ship can now dodge spells using its evasion attribute. Okay. That's getting installed. Thank you. Part of the whole point with Psyker stuff was that it couldn't be dodged. If I let you fully charge, and then I take away power. Okay. Interesting. Approach the start date. Imperial Core Worlds. It looks like we're getting to the end. Ahead of you lies the terrible artifact known as the Vault of Souls. How ahead of me? Very ahead of me. Okay. Weapons dealer, shipyard, merchant. So we probably want to end up here. This is not a very long sector either. No sign of life. Okay. Infernal energy detected. Rush to battle stations as you find yourself assailed by an unidentified warship. It is no longer under the control of a mortal crew, but instead possessed by a demonic will. Worse still, your intruder alarms begin to blare. Something has arrived on your ship. Yeah, that's not great. Warbringer. Immune to suffocation, immune to fire. Kills grant +1 DPS for the rest of the encounter, +1 DPS in large rooms. Constantly creates breaches while on enemy ship. Ooh. You're not very nice, are you? Let's do something like that. Get hit by a fireball. Someone cast fireball in this game. Yeah, like that shouldn't have missed. That only missed because of the spectral drives, I think. Can I yoink that? Before he even got there. I haven't seen anything in this game for like a drone comparison to FTL. Hey, Bernie. This is the furthest I've ever made it, so I don't want to jinx myself, but so far so good. How did SnowRunner finish up? Heals. Heal all allied. Okay. Flare missile. Okay. Pretty standard. Ignores hull. Creates hull breach. Like, guaranteed hull breach. Okay. Ignores shield. Small chance of fire. Small chance of hull breach. And that's a little bit faster. It's less hull damage. I kind of like that it just guarantees a hull breach, though. Are you normally into Warhammer FTL, Bernie? Because this feels like a pretty damn close blend of the two. Let's go ahead and not upgrade. That's right. I completely forgot you can switch between templates. Do I care about Gladius? Ignore shield, inflicts minor crew damage. I feel like that's just standard. Let's just unequip that. So we've got Saber if we want more standard, or Flare if we want... Yeah, that screws with it. I like Warhammer, so stuff like this is dope. Yeah. The first time I saw it, I was like, this is just Warhammer FTL, and I'm really scared these people are going to get sued out of existence. Are we only at 98%? Oh, because it replenishes on warp. Can we make it replenish before warp? Interesting. That's what I said too. Gotcha. I have not met anyone else who's seen this game, and this is as close. I think that's the end. So give me like 20 minutes and I'll be over there. Probably not even. It's about to start a fight in a densely packed asteroid cluster. It's pretty rare for me to see asteroid clusters in this game. Oh, my missile missed. Sleepy, you're on weapons. Why didn't you make that go better? Music is cool too. Yeah, I've had to turn it down a bunch. So like, we're talking about audio settings. I've screwed myself twice because today OBS had my wrong mic selected at the beginning of stream, which is probably my fault throughout the reboots and stuff. Something in there could have changed. It's usually fine because I'm in the lab. Okay, well, come home and be gunner, I guess. And then halfway through, I accidentally pressed my mute button. But this is what I've got it set to. I'm just using desktop audio. I'm at neg 10 decibels, and I've had to turn music down from 50 to 10 and sound down from 50 to 10. It's weird how loud points of it can be, and then other points aren't. It is really fun to just have my guy be able to just teleport over to their ship, kill everyone, and then take the ship. Music is super bassy. Yeah, I like it. Normally, like right now, it's fine and it's tempered and everything, but then other points it gets like really loud and intense. I don't know. You've played FTL, right? I'm gonna assume yes. How do you feel about weapons damage against individuals in Void War being significantly reduced? There was a text thing that tried to explain it away as like, oh, the subframe of the ship absorbs most of the blast, and I was just kind of like, I think if you get hit with a railgun or something in a particular room, and it hits your character, they shouldn't take, like, 1 damage. They should probably just drop dead. The asteroids in this also seem to be greatly reduced compared to FTL. I kind of miss the background moving, even though I know it was like more of an illusion thing, but yeah, that's like FTL. It would be the moment your shield recharged, pretty much, there was another one coming in off screen. So there's bits I like about both, and there's different things I like in different places, but I don't know. Do I need a shipyard? I could use a shipyard. Oh, that wasn't supposed to go twice. Why is that working now? Why is that working with the command? That makes no sense. That's not supposed to be there twice. Can I don't think I can just delete that one message. BRB gotta make food. Okay, no worries. I didn't play this one yet. Ah. Gotcha. Corrosive gases blanket the region, overwhelming your ship's atmospheric recycler. Suddenly, an Imperial warship slips through the haze and begins firing at you. Tempting to flee, I think the fuck not. That's fine. Can you can't, oh, that's weird. I don't think that was supposed to work like that. Vault of Souls. Oh my lord. A vast and terrible vessel appears before you. It is a doom engine, an infernal monument to interminable war. Its transmissions are incoherent, but the hostile intent is clear, and it moves into attack. Chaos Knight, no. Baron? Ron? Sure. Oh, the enemy commander, okay. Conqueror, Berserker, Warseer, Berserker, Conqueror. Okay, this is gonna suck. Let's go ahead and load you back up to full. Say you're immune to suffocating, so... Yeah, that's actually working for you pretty nicely. Come on, Sleepy Nick, then. That's actually great. Yeah. I didn't think we could take one of those, but cool. Extreme energy detected. What does that mean? Does it mean the barrage of insane fire? Because that's what it feels like. Can't even add more power to shields. Okay, well, you go ahead and get life support back up a little bit. There we go. Just keep everything focused on shields, it's fine. I don't want to try a boarding action. Hey, story. I don't want to try a boarding action because I'm worried it's going to FTL where just part of the ship breaks off and then the ship pieces out and I lose whoever's over there. You need to stop that. Ow, 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 ow. Stop that. Ow. Maybe it won't. Huge energy spike. Suddenly, protective wards materialize around the enemy's vessel's systems, shielding them from harm. You hear the sound of intruder alarms. A number of hostile machine slaves have materialized aboard your ship. So I think we took out most, if not all of them, and they got a second wave of reinforcements or something. What do we have? Shock husks. Ionizes nearby system on death. Enemy systems are protected. Okay. That really feels like the game being like, hey, we're gonna bullshit this a little bit. Really cool. Okay, you're healed up. You could get over there. I wonder if you can get multiple missile systems. Assay is finally complete. Now I can shut down and pack up. Great! And then I can work on dinner, I guess, once you're home. That's so much ion that we've taken in the weapons bay. Okay. Well, they're not protected anymore. So do something like that. You know what? Great time to fix up the hull some. Did that restore 5 hull points? It didn't look like it did. Maybe it did? Why? No. No more extreme Flame energy, thank you. Everything's fire. Hey! Grasp of Ruin. At last you have arrived at the Vault of Souls. Within it you find a grand altar ablaze with argent fire. Difficulty unlocked Torment 1. Okay. You plunge your hand into the flames. The searing heat of eternity washes over you and your crew. Your souls sublimate into the infinite ether, heralding the age of pandemonium. You've fulfilled your destiny. Your mission is complete. Did I want to usher in the age of Prometheum? Interesting. It's a little bit of a weird ending, but for a roguelike, I'm kind of okay with it being like a little bit more silly. Score 4,613. After a long and terrible voyage, the crew of the vessel Prophet of Destruction emerges victorious. Their achievement has been enshrined within the Vault of Souls. Admin, McBase, Eden, Ikta, Arnell, and Sleepy. Surrenders refused, only 2. I didn't get that many offers, I feel like. Crew lost, only 1. I don't know what you're talking about. We didn't lose anyone. Alright. I'll probably come back to this, because there's, you know, 4 pages of commanders or something. Which confirm cost? Cost? Do I have a currency? Oh, I have a currency. Resonance, used for unlocking ships and commanders. Can I just wanted to see ships for now. Vanquish the Necropolis barge. Haven't even seen that yet, I think. Do I have this? Normal and Torment 1. Merchant stock is significantly greater variety. Solar flares, corrosive storms, and rift storms are more intensive. We'll probably try that next. Hardened casing. Purchase with resonance. One's 5,000. Imperial Magister. No data on that yet. Can I go back to the list? So what is Grasp of Ruin? You have a Death Knight. Exile. Well, Commander can be whoever you want. And a Death Bringer. Chaos Rift. Teleport all crew in target room to random rooms on opposing ship. Interesting. Corpse Effigy. Half the repair speed of poisoned enemies. I wonder if I was getting hit by enemy modules and I just didn't know it. Achieve victory with Interdictor B or purchase resonance. For Pugilist. You have a Mortician, Death Mage, and a Necromancer. I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot more to this, but for now, let me see if anyone else is live right now. Because I probably want to go start working on dinner. Let's go say hi to Wasted. And yeah, appreciate y'all stopping by. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and hope you have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye!